Peak hour traffic now, and it's not like I can get a cab, so I've decided to walk over to Synergy Scooter. It really helps that Synergy is not that far away from Juba. So today's video is for me to share with all of you what my FIIDO actually looks like. Breaking out a sweat, man. There she is. That's my Hey, what's up guys? I'm currently on the way home and I just decided to fill you in on what I'm currently experiencing right now. Riding my brand new FIIDO at around, I don't know what time is it now, it's probably around 11:30 at night. The roads are pretty quiet. Got the purring of the electrical motor, of the nice breeze in my hair, and honestly it's quite an amazing feeling, and I suppose that's the reason why a lot of people who actually enjoy riding their PMDs this is just one of those things that, you know, it's very difficult to express unless you actually experience it for yourself. And look, you guys know me, you know, I'm so big on, you know, going CAR-LITE, you know. Just one of those things that, you know, unless you experience it once for yourself, then you will know exactly what I mean. The journey between my home and my workplace is around 8 to 12 kilometers depending on where I'm going. So, I mean, if you're not in a crazy rush, you know, a PMD will actually take you places, you know. And if you have an extended battery, it can literally take you the entire island without having to, you know, ride a taxi, you know, an MRT, or even a bus. I mean, if you're patient enough, you will be able to get from one end of the island to the other end. And that's the amazing thing about living in Singapore, and that's what I enjoy the most about living in Singapore. So yeah, you know, I mean, Singapore is expensive, buying a vehicle is expensive, you know. I own a car as well, but I really very much prefer riding a PMD like this, like absolutely amazing, extremely enjoyable, and all I can say is that Synergy definitely outbid themselves in building this FIIDO for me. I don't think I've ridden anything close to it. I actually wanted to have a more detailed review, you know, of my FIIDO the next morning, but you know what, I just can't contain my excitement. I think I'm just gonna conclude it for tonight, and I'm just gonna slowly enjoy my ride back home, and I'll see you in the morning. Morning everyone. Today I begin the process of transferring all the accessories I used to have on my Ultra over to my FIIDO, because I think this is gonna be my regular ride. So I'm bringing all of you along for the process of putting the accessories like the lights, the bell, yes, my limited edition. Now let me try and find a better angle. Sorry, I don't think I want to be under the sun, so I'm just going to do it under the shade instead. First down, I'm going to get rid of these grips over here. Trying to centralize the handlebar. Customized scooters like that, you know, you just want everything to be just right. Bad news, I actually have the OD grips on my Ultra, and one of the bolts on the grips are actually bald, so doesn't look like I can remove the grips from the Ultra, so that's a bit of a bummer. I will probably leave my handlebar like this until I get new grips, but let's just proceed with the rest of the items that I plan to put on my handlebar. I think I just want to put the very essential items like lights, the bell, and I'm trying to keep this entire area here nice and clean, but let's see what happens in a while. Alright, so check this out. What are the essential items? Got the bell, very important. I've got the, let's see, my Gemini lights over here, battery pack for the lights, and of course my quad lock. Okay, so I'm just gonna mount all of these. Nothing too complicated. This is when I actually need an additional thing. Oh god. Alright, thank god for this handlebar extension. Not a handlebar extension. I don't know what contraption this is called, but sometimes it can get a little bit complicated. But this one's just a very straightforward thing, because when I unscrew this thing just drops down in this manner, and you can just put it onto your handlebar. There are others that will require you to slot the entire thing through. So thank god this is a little bit more straightforward. Okay, probably like so. Now this is the other aspect of owning a PMD, you know, fixing all these stuff onto your e-scooter, you know, onto your e-mobility device. Now these things are all very fun, and guys, it's a hobby at the end of the day, and that's the reason why there are so many people who are interested in getting a PMD device, because over and above, just imagine a hobby that can allow you to go from point A to point B. Now that's quite a fun thing, right? Just imagine last time, you know, when you were indulging in, say, I don't know, RC cars. It's not like you could just hop onto the car and then have it whisk you off to some destination. I mean, maybe it's a little bit out of context, but this is one of those hobbies that will be able to get you from point A to point B, and that's exciting. Okay, lights are done, nice and secure. A lot of people actually comment about my NV handlebar. Now this handlebar, it's pretty expensive. My handlebar, it's about, I don't know, like what is that, 300 or something? I can't remember. So I've got lots of scratches on it because I like mounting stuff on it. But having said that, I'm trying to keep it as clean as possible, and I suppose the lines are clean right now. Even the way the rubber band is wrapped around this little handlebar, you know, it looks quite clean as well. So that's the theme that I'm trying to do over here. All right, so this is this is how I turn on and off the lights. The controller. This one goes over here. Right, back. Yep, still working, which is good. So I actually put this particular setup in cold storage, you know, because I was waiting on this FIIDO. I was traveling, I was away, so I was just waiting on it, and now that it's arrived, just go. Now for the bell. This would be my quad lock. I really like the placement of the GoPro, so I might have to fiddle around with that. Now let's see. Man, these are the things that you have to deal with and decisions. Okay, let's see whether if I've left out anything. Man, guys, I think that's basically it for, you know, transferring of the accessories over to my FIIDO. Let me just be very quick over here. So as you can tell, I have not installed any grips. I've managed to get everything into the middle. So this is my quad lock. So, I mean, there are times when you actually have to put this off center, but if you have this directly in the center, that's perfect. And man, and guess how I managed to not compromise on the GoPro mount? I basically pushed this all the way down, mounted this upside down, pretty much like my Spur Cycle bell. So now I can mount my GoPro here. Again, it is very centered. I mean, if items such as these things are in the center, that to me is you could call it like the notch on the iPhone X. So if it's centered, you know, I feel much better if it's all centered, and thankfully everything kind of worked out. So if I turn this on, you know, I can still adjust the angle up and down, so that's great. Let's take an overview on the entire Synergy build of this FIIDO. You can see that the extended battery pack sits very nicely over here, and I really like how neat this battery pack is just sitting here, and that's the reason why the weight distribution is almost 50-50. Very easy to carry. The weight distribution is it's very even, and that's another reason why I like the way Synergy have set this up. The charging port is over there, and that is also centered, and that's just fantastic. You can see over here, so everything is pretty much centered in this manner, and it's all the way down. Nice clean lines, you know, from here comes down into the motor. Alright, I didn't go for the Goodrich braided lines. I mean, that could be something that I may consider, but I think the stock lines are good enough. Alright, and I might have covered this, but you know, I've got these carbon fenders over here. Yep, so overall, this would be the look of my FIIDO. I might install a mirror, all depends, but as it is right now, I think it's looking nice and clean. Alright, still trying to think if I left out anything from today's video. Alright, there's one other aspect of the FIIDO that I almost left out, and that is actually the length of the stem, or rather the carbon shaft over here. You can see it's almost in line with the saddle. Why? Now if you've seen, let's see. Now if you've seen the video that I did on my DYU, whenever I squeeze on the throttle, you would see the DYU doing a wheelie. So it pops a wheelie quite easily. Why? It's because it's a single motor. The FIIDO overcomes that with a shorter carbon shaft. So you know, the posture they are in, you know, you tend to be more weighted in the front. Plus, we've mounted the battery pack in the front, so it gives you a more planted feel, and that is also a reason why we've decided to set up the FIIDO in this manner. So yeah, I almost left it out. So I thought, you know, perhaps you guys should know why we decided to make the FIIDOs to cut down the original length of the stem and make it a little bit shorter. So as always, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if there are any questions at all, anything at all regarding the FIIDO, regarding e-scooters, regarding PMDs, UL2272, you know, anything e-scooter related, tech related, iPhones, iWatch. Oh yeah, who's getting an Apple Watch? I'm getting one. Really, if there's anything at all, any questions that you have, leave them in the comment section below. And please remember to subscribe and let me know what you want me to do in my next video. I might be doing this very interesting gadget. It's got to do with it's a climate control device. It's got AI in it. But watch out for the video that's coming up. And until next time, you guys please ride safe, and I will see you soon. Bye.